The people behind the scenes at Genashtim. Mariecell Fornes-Isquera. Hello! This is part 4 and the final part of our feature on Mariecell Fornes-Isquera, Human Resources Manager at Genashtim. As a child and adolescent, Mariecell had many dreams. At 20, she encountered a tragic event which resulted in extensive injuries and blindness, and changed the course of her life. She spent 4 months in the hospital and was awarded her bachelor's degree in computer technology while there. She then moved on to pursue and obtain other professional certifications and employment. The story continues. A tragedy which is survived does not have to be the end of living, the end of hope, or the end of dreams. This is demonstrated in Mariecell's story so far. Although the accident stymied her hopes and dreams for a while, it could never kill them, because the inner strength instilled in her by the Creator she so passionately talks about and references inspired a positive attitude that kept her hopes and dreams alive and ever increasing. Mariecell has lived to be thankful for the special people, friends, experiences, opportunities, and achievements that adversity brought into her life. She is grateful for the fact that as a disabled person, she too can do things that able people can do. In this respect, she does not see her disability as a hindrance to success, but rather a challenge to strive for better. She is persuaded that her life now is a blessing to others because of the inspiration they feel. On April 29, 2011, she delivered a rousing graduation speech at the 9th commencement exercise of the Rotary Foundation Computer Skills Training Center for People with Disabilities, where she shared about the accident and how she overcame the tragedy that changed her forever. Here are a few quotations from her speech. I never give up. I never stop dreaming. I still keep on believing that somehow a brighter future in the dark moments of my life is waiting for me. Most importantly, my faith and trust in God is still intact. Our dreams may come true despite all circumstances, if we have the courage to pursue them. In this seeming darkness, life has always been beautiful to me. I may no longer see the colors of this world again, but I know I still can paint colors in the lives of others. One of the ways she now paints colors in the lives of others is to read readings during Mass as a member of a lector in her parish. She uses Braille to do so. Mariecell's career to date has included being a transcriptionist, secretary to the CEO of Genashtim, and now Human Resources Manager at Genashtim, where she is responsible for the company's 80 permanent staff who are scattered all over the world, and the recruitment of the company's language coaches, who are also scattered all over the world. She joined Genashtim in October 2010. She shared that in her job at Genashtim, she has found gainful employment, love for her job, and a dream come true. Mariecell speaks of her job with pride and joy. She considers the HR issues, challenges, and practices that she manages to be non-traditional, and points out that such is the reason that she, without any HR experience, could have been given the opportunity to take on that role. She states that the company has no set public holidays, being a global company serving global clients, and that new staff orientation and training are also very different from what pertains in most traditional companies. The use of several collaborative internet-based tools such as Skype, Google Hangout, Google Drive, Citrix GoToMeeting, Yammer, WhatsApp, Viber, Hubstep, TeamViewer, and so on makes working with Genashtim a company which is wholly virtual, possible, and efficient. The work ethics, processes, and culture employed facilitate flexibility and ensure that everyone in the work-from-home environment is productive. Through her work with Genashtim, Mariecell got the enviable opportunity to travel abroad in March 2014 to Malaysia, Singapore, and Myanmar on speaking engagements for the company. This is a tremendous accomplishment, for who would not want to travel abroad to represent his or her company on speaking engagements? Air travel is one of the highlights of her life, her first experience being the time when, after recovery from the accident, she emboldened herself to travel by plane to Manila to do extensive computer training, for which she received the 2 awards mentioned earlier. Being afforded the privilege of working with the company in a managerial position is not the only dream come true she has found at Genashtim. Do you remember how she was fascinated with love and marriage, and often drew her wedding gown when she was in high school? Well, Mariecell was set to find love in the workplace. Her love in the wings was Genashtim, a remote PC technician at Genashtim who contracted polio at age 4 and is wheelchair-bound. They met in 2013, and for Jet, it was love at first sight. To him, Mariecell was a normal person, and he was not bothered by her blindness. From the time they first met, they chatted online every night. Their relationship moved to another level in February 2014 and culminated in marriage on March 27, 2019. They testify that now they feel complete in each other. Jet has promised to be Mariecell's sight, and Mariecell has promised to be Jet's feet. They vow to each other that they will remain together for the rest of their lives, no matter what obstacles they face. And so, we close the chapter on our feature on Mariecell Fornes-Esguerra. This has been a journey of dreams, adversity, fortitude, faith, and dreams come true. It has been a lesson on the resilience of the human spirit, and to borrow from Mariecell's words, a lesson in believing that somehow a brighter future in the dark moments of my life is waiting.